Right, I mean it, Tommy. I'm telling you off. You didn't catch enough fish last week. I mean, you're an ex-world champion.
I'm sorry.
You need to up the ante, I'm telling you. And that Kinder.
I'm sorry.
Both of you.
Sorry.
You need to be sorry, Andy. It's not good enough.
Sorry, sir. We only caught £100 in an hour. Sorry.
I want you exhausted, both of you.
You're cruel to us. You just like...
Oh my God, we've started filming and people have heard me telling you off. Oh my God.
Oh, not to worry.
Oh
Not
dear.
to worry.
Not to worry.
Good evening, everyone. From Tommy and... Hey, where is he?
I'm here.
Oh, you're up there.
I'm just trying to get comments on, and
we've got quite a big announcement which Andy is going to tell you in a few minutes. But first of all, it's been a bit of a sad day really, because we put to rest today a special friend called Mick Cotton from Coventry, and he passed away with a dreaded disease 2 weeks ago. And of course, because of what's happened, we had to watch it on a video link, which was actually, it was a fantastic service.
Sorry
a
to
credit to him and his family, and all, like I said to Vaughn and the two kids, you know, my thoughts are with you, think the world of you. And I've got to admit, when Vaughn's and Mick's daughters read them poems out, the first one I were in a right tap. When I say I were in, there were tears running down here, there really were. I was shaking, honestly. It were quite a moment, in all fairness.
Sorry to hear that, Tom.
God bless the family. But to be honest with you, you sent him away absolutely fantastic, and God bless you, Mick. God bless you.
Yeah, good old Mick. He were a good friend. You have to apologise. I will appear somewhere, but I just can't seem.
To be honest with you, Andy,
I can't seem to get my comments on it.
I don't know whether you remember, but in 1975 we actually won the Angling Times final at Coombe Abbey, and it was Mick. I went down, and it was Mick that took me around and showed me the pegs and what to do and everything like that. So he's you know, there's a bit of bounty black here for him as well.
Bless.
Even though he supported Coventry City, but we've all got
something got to it. Yeah,
God bless to Vaughn and his and two daughters especially.
Yeah, he were lovely man, Mick. Yeah.
So
sadly missed.
We've got a big announcement, and over to Andy. So if you're interested in Maver Match this is the moment.
Can we just have some emojis sent, some love out emojis, because at this moment we can't get any sort of questions coming up, so I just want to know that everybody's there. So if you could send me some love out emojis, then I can see that.
I'm sure people are there. I'm just going to try and have a little speaky look to get this right. Because
so if you could send me some now, that'd be
I'm
awesome.
working with amateurs, everybody.
I do know.
Here I am.
I do know there's loads of people on.
I do love you, Tom.
But I'm
Can't
really.
get the messages. So
I'm really.
We can't get to, and so I won't be able to ask you questions.
Well, anyway, before Andy gets telling about Maver Match this, last week we fished bomb and a waggler. Today we've got the poles out, and I'm going to fish, and I'm going to show you how to fish a method that I think is the most important in commercial match fishing, and I'm going to show you how it's done and what to do. And Andy, we asked up for fishing in the edge, and Andy won. So Andy's in the edge, and I'm on one of the methods that every fisherman should know about. But when I go on a commercial fishery, I only feed one line the whole match.
We've got
No matter what happens, I feed this line, and I'm going to talk about that. But first, he's back.
I'm back.
Come on, Andy. I don't know what's coming here, so come on, Andy.
So can we have loads of green emojis and love hearts and everything? Because if you don't, we're not going to give you a mega match this news. Hey!
Small technical issue. I just cannot get the snapping dolly go 14 useless behind that. But never mind. Right, guys. Big announcement tonight, and it's all about Maver Match this competition. As most of you know, and we've been getting millions and millions of questions and everything regarding what was happening with this year's competition and what was happening, and tickets were postponed, and we postponed ticket sales, and this was solely to do with COVID-19, you know, all the restrictions, what was happening. I will say thank you everybody for being patient with us, because like I said, it's not been easy. We've had nobody in our offices. We're still on a very, very, very restricted staff in our offices, and it's been hard work. But this last week, since our last show, we've got involved, and I've managed to speak to fisheries and speak to everything and put a few things into place.
Come on, Andy, come on, tell us, come on!
I'm building it up.
Even I'm excited.
Building it up for you. Right. Here's the big announcement. This year's event, there will be some qualifiers held this year.
Yay!
Some qualifiers have been booked at a few venues for this year. I think there's 7 in total. We're working on booking next year's venues as well for the competition for next year, because we certainly can't have a final this year.
So this year's
final, we cannot have a final this year because we just couldn't physically get the qualifiers in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting loads of thumbs up. Come on, send that love. Let's get ready for match this. Come on, I want to see them green emojis.
And I would say, we didn't want to rush things. We didn't want to rush and put you anglers at risk with everything what's been going off and the social distance and everything like that. So we bided this time a little bit, perhaps a bit too long, like I've said before in a few anglers' eyes, but we just wanted to make sure. So, what's happening? Right, any of you anglers out there who have purchased tickets for this year's event, so this year's event, 2020, if you've purchased a ticket, before Friday, you will get an email from ourselves.
Maybe UK.
From Maybe UK, you will get an email from ourselves, right? And it will be saying to you that you can either transfer the tickets which you've purchased to an event this year or an event next year. So if you've already purchased tickets and you want to fish any of our qualifiers what we've got this year, like I said, we have 7 booked for this year. I'm not gonna go through any dates that we want to get a bit.
Sean Sheldon says, "Hurry up, Emmerdale's on."
Sean Sheldon, you will not be my hero anymore. So yeah, you can transfer your tickets to an event this year or next year, or if you don't want to transfer any at all, we're going to offer you a full refund.
Excellent.
Perfect, brilliant.
Right, one other thing which is solely important, and I must tell you, and this is of the utmost importance, do not ring the Maybe UK officers asking for a ticket transfer or a ticket refund, because it will not happen.
Ring Andy Kinder instead.
Ring Nolly Go Footy. No, do not ring our officers, because the only way in which we can refund tickets or transfer tickets is by email.
So basically, wait for the email.
Wait for the email to come through. On that email, there will be venues where you can transfer your tickets. I can guarantee by then next year's venues will be on there as well. That will all be finalised tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
So anybody who's got a ticket,
Brilliant.
there you go. Do apologise, it took some time, but we needed
Safety first.
Safety comes first. And
Brilliant.
what I will say,
Yeah.
the venues we have picked for this year's campaign, they're only going to be 100 pegs. They're not 120 peggers, 110. They are 100
That's
pegs.
awesome, that.
Just so that we can keep everybody socially distanced, people can be weighed in correctly, the draws can be rolling draws, so people can constantly keep coming into the fishery and just go straight to the pegs.
Awesome.
We feel that's
Well
the best way. We don't want to do live Facebook draws and things like that.
Well done.
Okay then, guys.
Brilliant. Absolutely
So
brilliant.
there's your match this news.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
There you go.
Awesome. Come on, guys, let's get fishing. I'm going to crack that whip now. I want to get you
That's
fishing.
good. So Tommy's been through, I think, what we're doing. I won the toss. Hey, I'm doing a bit of margin fishing. Tommy's going to be
I'm always rubbish at drawing, as you know.
a bit of short fishing. So
Colin Moore says, "Evening all."
good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening, everyone. So, you're in the edge.
I'm in the edge.
2 plus 2.
You're
You're
out
going to
there.
learn about 2 different styles of fishing. I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing, and he's going to talk you through you, and hopefully you'll pick up a few things, and
Hopefully.
we'll catch a few fish.
One thing I will tell you, Robert, we had loads of comments last week saying how good it were and how many fish we caught and whatever. Bit of sanitizer on my hands before you go. Tommy's on some of that as well. Got to stay safe. I got loads of great comments and said you're a great double act. You work well together. Somebody said we were like Morecambe and Wise.
Rock on, Tommy.
That's too much. That.
Yeah, I'd prefer.
More like Anton Deck, I reckon.
Oh, Cannon and Ball.
No, I don't like them.
Rock on, Tommy.
Really.
Come on.
Rock on, Tommy. Hey, you touched me then.
Yeah, get out.
Yes, get away.
I'm going to beat you tonight. You're in for it.
Can you guys say hello to Katrina Martin, because her dad Mick, I think so, or
Hello,
Pat,
Patricia.
is going to bring it down at weekend. Yay!
Young lady from Sheffield.
Yeah, we need to say hello to a young lady from Sheffield called
Evie.
That's
Come on,
it.
Evie. Get fishing.
Yeah,
Ready
we need
and all
to
your
get back.
kids out there, your youngsters, come on, let's have you fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic sport, it's lovely weather, and catch some fish. So come on.
I hope it don't rain, Tom.
Do you think it always rains on midweek match catch?
So, who's going to get the first one?
Right, well, we'll see. Well, I'm going to put a vote out there. I'm going to ask, who do you want me to zoom in first? So I want laughing emojis for Andy and love hearts for Tommy. Laughing emojis for Andy, yeah, and love hearts for Tommy. So, come on. Who do you want me to zoom in first? So, laughing emojis for Andy and love hearts for Tommy. Oh, it's neck and neck. Oh, I think Tommy might be battering your ear hand. There's a lot of love hearts coming. There's a lot of love. So, I'll just have a quick zoom in. It's a bit neck and neck though. Hang on a minute, it's neck and neck. Oh, no, the love hearts, I think it's love hearts. Right, so I'm going to zoom in a bit on Tom.
So it's rock on Tommy, is it?
It's rock on Tommy, here we go.
Rock on, Tommy.
Oh, missed it. Rubbish. Had a bite then and missed it.
I didn't know.
Did you? So, where's Nolly, where is she?
I'm here, my doll.
Right, well, what I'm doing now, I'm going to do what is called 2 plus 2. And 2 plus 2 is 2 sections of your pole with your top 2 kits. So your top 2 elasticated, Anderson look is in, 2 plus 2. Now in my opinion, this is the most important line in fishing, because one, it works 12 months of the year. Secondly, it's the distance between the fish coming in to what Andy's doing now in the side, and it's the only swim I feed for 5 hours. Even if I'm not fishing it all the time, I'm feeding. I'm throwing bait in that line all the time. And what
Awesome.
happens is, you can catch your fish out there, but they don't always come here early. So you feed it and feed it and feed it, but when they come on this line, they usually don't go off it. But what most mistake people do, they actually go on it too soon. And it's what I call my 3rd and 4th hour line, because I want to try and catch them out there, then catch them there, and then finish up in the last hour in the edge. You see I've got one on now.
Oh,
in
lovely.
the line. So what I'm trying to do is cover all my lines at certain parts of the day, and what that does, it gives me 5 hours fishing instead of 1 or 2.
Tell us about the pole you're using today, Tom.
Well, this one is it's the 900 or the 921 as it is now, which I think is an incredible pole for.
And do you use this in matches?
Oh yeah. This is a great pole. This, all the signature poles are just something special, to be honest with you. Even before I joined, I knew they were good poles. And
Because I've got a little bit of information, Andy Kinder, that all our poles are made by Ray Glass, which made for Lamborghini, I believe.
yeah, something like that. They're all made in the factory in Bologna in Italy, in the Ray Glass factory. And Lee Edwards, our designer, he's designed them all for the English market. So these are not poles that you can buy abroad. They're made for the English market. They're not typical Italian poles. So when I get this fish out, I'm going to show you the rig that I'm going to be using and how to set it up.
Lovely. Can I just zoom in on Andy, because Andy's got one on.
Might have a tangle up here, Tommy, if you're not careful.
Oh, look at this. It's like, it's so big, this fish. It's pulling poor Andy in.
Thought we were going to have cross swords here, Tommy.
Won't be the first time, Andy.
No.
They've both got one on, look.
I don't like that thunder.
No, I don't. You know, one thing I forgot to tell you when we started this show, Tom, it always rains on a Tuesday.
Ah, great.
Simon Morris says, get them brollies ready.
Ready?
No, we don't want them.
It's not that I'm
Oh,
worried
look at
about.
this. Massive fish. Look at that.
It's the
Awesome.
lightning.
Look at that. It's bigger than Andy.
Try and hold him up. Give me his.
Gareth Walton says, hey up, lads.
Hey, I've got it.
Help me out, pal.
Oh, look at that. Awesome.
Put it back. I'll get you another.
Has he gone back?
So it's 1-0 so far to Andy Kinder Surprise.
Well, he's on best thing.
Best peg.
Best peg, best method.
I stand the authority.
He bullied me into it, I'll tell you.
Nellie Stones is watching. Best builder in Yorkshire. Andy Kinder's girlfriend's watching. Dawn Richmond. Good evening.
What's this? You're Sarah, no?
Don't say too much, Tom. Don't say too much.
Right, Steve Bourne's asking a question for you guys, for both Tommy and Andy. One bait for life, what would you choose if you could only fish one?
Maggots.
Yeah, definitely maggie.
Every fish takes a maggot at some time.
Is that for you as well, And?
Yeah, maggots is a good sort of, yeah, they're brilliant. Every fish will eat maggots.
And if you want to bait for probably commercial fishing, probably sweet corn.
Well, that's what I'm using tonight, Tom. Have we,
Is that because you're hungry or you were on the corner, are you?
well, no, I think we wanted to go down the line to keeping it simple like last week.
Yeah.
Just nice, steady bait, what everybody can buy, you.
Well, I've just got, I'm going to go through my bait in a minute. Look at that body dog.
Oh, can I come in, Tom?
Woohoo.
Remember, I've got my little tripod ready.
Aye.
At all times, we're keeping that 2 metre distance. Safety is a priority here.
Pull that down so I can get him.
Oh, God, that's a big one. Tommy's got a big one.
That's what they all say.
Alright.
Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, look at that.
How's that for a nice comment? Calm down. Calm down. All right, mate.
Danny Shannon says, I know Tommy is a big Man United fan. Is he looking forward to the match on Friday?
I used to like him as well. There you go, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful. Right, while my rig's out the water, I'm going to show you this now. Now this, the setup is really important. Believe it or believe it not, but this rig that I'm using is one of them. It's a ready-made rig.
Can I just zoom in on that, Tom?
Yep.
How much do they retail for round? Is it
£3.89.
£3.89?
And on that
Awesome.
you get a float, a winder, a shot, a hook and everything. But what I love about these, I didn't have to add one shot on that line. It cocked it to the bristle absolutely perfect. So, if you want to start fishing, go with one of them, get a ready-made rig and just put it on and you can start fishing. But if you then want to go to next one stage further, I'm going to show you a little tip, and I'm going to show you a piece of fishing equipment that every fisherman should have, and that's a ruler, a 6-inch ruler. That is a fantastic piece of, you can tell how old it is, I've had it years, and I still use it to this day. And the idea of this is this: if you make your own rigs or you get a ready-made rig, you can adjust it and go to the next stage. And what I mean by that is, over a period of time, what I like is, when I'm fishing on the bottom, a 6-inch hook length, 15 centimetres like that. You get your ruler, 6-inch. Loop to loop, you can probably see that. The idea about loop to loop is it's not the best knot, but it's the most practical, because you have a problem, you can change your hook. Above that, above the knot, you can put a shot or a stot. Then you get your ruler, you put it on, and your next shot, which is a number 10 shot or stot, 6 inches. So you've got 2 droppers. Then your next lot of line is, guess how far it is above, and you put your bulk. And that's the only time you need any terminal tackle. So get yourself one of them and put it in your box. And from your hook it goes 6 to your shot, 6 inches between the 2 shot, and then to your bulk it's 6. 666, the devil's number. That's all you've got to remember, and that's your terminal tackle. And if you're going my box, they're all measured up to that. So that's all that you need, and all that is on a ready-made rig. You might have to move it to 666, but it will be cocked to the flow.
Awesome.
Now then, what about this? When you use a float, the reason for the bristle is because it's fine and sensitive. On a commercial you can get away with being a little bit thicker because of the bites and everything like that. You know, a couple of rubbers on, or 3, sometimes you can have one in the middle. But the idea, that bristle is really important. Now, I don't know whether you know, Nolly, but nearly 6 years ago I had my eyes done. I had lens replacement.
I had my eyes done, but not lens replacement.
Yeah, I had lens replacement simply so I could see the floats.
Awesome.
Because I was wearing glasses and I couldn't see the float, so I actually went and had them done. And to be honest with you, it's best money I've ever spent. But when you've got your float cocked, it's simple. And the reason why I said that is everybody's eyes are different, so everybody sees things differently. But in principle, you want half a bristle. But if you can see less, it's even better. So dot it down to how your eyes are suited. And then from that to there, you get your ruler again. And you measure that, because this is a really important part. If it's flat calm, it's 6 inches. And if it's a bit of wind, it's 12 inches, which is 2 rulers. And the reason for that is you're lifting and not striking. And that's an easy setup. So then we come to them, to the Dacron connectors. There's different connectors you can use. I prefer Dacron connections. You can get them like that. So they come on a tube and they go straight onto your elastic. They are made to make your life easy. And then inside that, you can see the knot of the elastic. It's actually inside that. Then the elastic, what I do, I base my elastic round the hooks that I'm going to be using. So if I use a size 16, I'm going to be using that. The 12 to 14, the new one, the new Trico. When I'm carp fishing, I like this Trico. It's fantastic. It's a new elastic that we've just brought out. A 14, you want 15 to 18. So I base the size of the hook round the elastic that I'm going to be using. But them two, we've been field testing them ages. They are fantastic. If you want a lighter one, then you'll go to the dual core. But all them are all based on the size of the hook that I'm going to be using. So all I'm looking for is an elastic that works to the fish. Now then, I'm going to let you go to Andy.
Ooh.
And then when you come back, I'm going to show you how to feed.
Right, Andy, Kinder Surprise. Have you got another one on?
I've got another.
Oh.
Getting pulled in.
And can I just have a look at what you've got in there?
In there, look.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just a few goodies.
You're using F1 Sweet.
You've
Yeah.
got F1 Sweet.
You're getting.
There's a little bit halibut.
And you've got those. What are those? If they made the Power Cart 1, have you got those on today? Size 14.
There we hooks. I'll tell you what. We'll get this fishing, and I'll talk you through my setup and how we're doing it edge fishing.
Now, have you got the same pole as Tommy, Andy?
No. Oh, yes, they're not good. Oh, you don't just hate it when that happens, Tom. And it goes under the platform.
I won't laugh.
You didn't laugh, but we got him out. Don't just hate it when that happens.
You were lucky.
Trevor Price says, Andy and Tommy, do they ever do a keep net bar that would fit an old matchbox? Got a customer asking. So if Sarah Taylor's watching that, maybe she could.
Square legs, Trevor.
Maybe Sarah Taylor, if she's watching, bless her, could sort that out for you, Trevor.
If it's got around 25mm legs, Trevor, yes. If it's the old square leg matchbox, no. It's the L976, the spray bar.
Dean Bayliss, what bait are you using, Andy? So
Right, I'm going to talk you.
oh, look at that, it's bigger than you, that hand.
Right, short, fat
And,
and stubby.
At all times we are keeping 2 metre distance. We're doing this on a long tripod, which is enabling me to get right close to them. I think I quite like that. I can't get right close to them, to be honest with you. Look at the size of that, and it's massive.
Yeah.
Wow, beauty.
Lovely.
Look at that. Give a kiss. Yay! So come on, let's see some love heart emojis there for that fish, because that deserved it, didn't it? Come on, let's have some love heart emojis.
Right, let me talk you through my setup. And then hopefully we'll catch a few fish. Right. Done a bit of margin fishing before on these shores, but what we did last week, we kept it right nice and simple. And same thing again, we want to just keep it nice and simple for all you people what are just starting fishing or whatever. So basically, all we've got a tin of corn.
Awesome.
You know, normal stuff, Jolly Green Giant. They're not, you know, they're not that fussed. Nice bit of Jolly Green Giant corn. We've got a bit of ground bait, as you can see, Nolly's mixed into that. Into that, I've just put a few micro pellets, wetted down so it's quite wet, so it sinks at bottom down the edge. Dead straightforward that, and that's basically that's all we're using. So a bit of corn, anybody can buy. Straightforward. Right, my setups. Tommy's already spoke to you about the new tricord elastic. That's the one I'm using. It's the 1518. 1518, the big boy one.
How much does that retail for, round?
Right, well that's a 5 metre spool. We do it in 2.5 metres and also 5 metres. The 2.5 metre is $11.99. The 5 metres $19.99. But you get 2 top kits out of that. There is 4 sizes in it. I know Tommy's explained the 12-14 to you.
Oh, I've got a bream.
Oh, bream. Blackfish. They're the 2 main sizes a lot of people use. The 12-14, which Tommy spoke to you about. Personally, I'm using the 15-18 tonight.
Let me just zoom in on Tommy's bream. Let me just get
Really
this.
good.
1 minute, and I just want to get his bream. Look at that, that's massive.
It's got rough as well on it, look.
Oh,
We're
wow.
about spawning again with this
Yeah, I'm
one,
going to say, I've got 2 things on it.
Wow. Come on, Ant.
A brem.
Yeah, so they're the 2 main elastics a lot of you match guys would use out there.
What do they retail for again?
You've got $11.99 for 2.5 metres.
Yeah.
Which that's a 2.5 metre package, and I'll come to that. And you've got $19.99 for the 5 metre package, which will get you 2 kits. So you're actually getting a saving buying the 5 metre. But there's 2 other sizes for it for you people if you want to do it, and they are proper whopper stoppers. 18, 20 and 20 plus.
Ooh, awesome.
Seriously bagging kit that. You know, places where you're fishing potentially against snags and things like that. There's your boy. That's out on the market now. Not every shop's got it in because of everything what's in lockdown, but I'm sure some online shops would have that quite easily. Get it in for you. But brilliant that is. Right, there's my floats, and same as Tommy, we've really gone down the ready rig route. As you can see, there's a reality margin carp rig. It's 0.3, £3.89. They're brilliant floats. But we all set his own up. But there's the float, a nice 0.3, big thick top, which is absolutely perfect for fishing down the edge. You get lots and lots of line bites down the side and things like that. So that thick bristle is what you need.
Awesome.
Dead easy, just a bulk shot. You'll see it there, look. There's the bulk shot.
Your hook
And I've got a size 12.
Don't get your hook in
Yeah,
your...
I know, I do that regularly. There we go, we've got a size 12 power carp one.
And how much do they retail at, Andy? Because they're a
They're
brilliant
150.
hook. I mean, that's amazing. That's a good
150.
price point, 150.
Yeah, everything in there perfect for this type. So we'll go down and catch fish. We'll put a little bit of bait in because there's loads of fish coming in edges, and all we put.
Tell us a bit about your pole, Andy.
Paul, I will tell you what, Paul, and if some of you guys tuned in last year,
Because it's an MVR one, isn't it, this
yeah,
one?
you'll see the pole.
This is awesome.
Here we go, look.
Let's get a shot of that. That is an awesome bit of kit.
It's the MVR Performance.
And
Really like it for my margin fishing and short fishing.
And these are made in the same factory where they make components for Lamborghini
Yeah.
sports cars. And if that doesn't tell you the quality of the product, nothing will.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Beautiful.
How much?
Beautiful pole that, well under £1,000, I think 899, 13, 14.5 metres. Two options you can get. Nice spares package as well. Everything you're likely to need. Cupping kits, everything with them. It's dead easy. All I'm going to do, I'm putting a few bits of corn in, look. Top it off with a bit of ground bait.
I wonder if the lovely Sarah Taylor can share a link on both those poles onto this feed so everybody knows and can have a look at them because they are super.
I'm talking to Sarah Till, I have a bone to pick with her.
Oh, go on, Tom.
Oh dear. Boris got in contact with us, didn't he?
Yeah. Boris, with allowed island fishing.
I'm going to put you on a dinghy and tow you with motorboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Sarah.
Andrew Shreve says, good bream, Tommy.
Yay. Oh, can't, this is not a bream.
Mine's a roach.
Scott Tunzel says, just bought myself an MVR 4000 reel and can't wait to use it.
Lovely.
Oh, we've got the lovely Hassan Khan watching us, the dynamite duo of Noli and Andy Kinder. Big love to you both. We hope you're staying safe, lovely, and we can't wait to see you here
Hey,
soon.
Passer.
This is a big boy.
Tommy's getting pulled in.
Well, I'm just going to go over to Tommy because Tommy's got one on.
Don't like to set up, Tommy.
If you want me to zoom in on Tommy's big fish, I want to see those love heart emojis. I want to feel the love.
The love.
Feel that love. The lovely Glyn Reynolds is watching us. He said, evening all.
Hiya, pal.
Come on, I want to see those love heart emojis.
Come on.
And I'll zoom in on Tommy's big fish.
Now then, what I'm going to talk about now is that puller kit. The idea of a puller kit is so you can fish a softer elastic and smaller hooks. But sometimes in this case I've got quite a big fish on, I need to shorten it. If the fish is going the other way, never pull against it. Always wait, like at the moment it's going the other way and I don't want to touch it. So what I've done, I've put the pole low and now it's coming. And if you watch what I'm going to do now is it's coming towards me, watch here Snowley, there. I'm going to pull it like that and grip it. And shorten the elastic on and grip it. Never pull when it's going the other way because you'll just make it worse. You've got to bring the fish towards you and then shorten it that way. And then if it wants to go the other way again, put your pole low to the opposite side of where it's going and you can turn him over like that. And if it goes too much, just let it go. Just let it go and I'm back to how I was before.
I'm getting loads of people asking, what bait are you using, Tommy?
Pellets, me fishery pellets, 4s and 6s. I'll go through them in a bit, but I've got two. The idea is to try and keep it easy, but when I start showing you how to feed, I'll explain why I'm doing it like that. But all I've got are 4s and 6s. Now the fish is coming to me, so I'll shorten the elastic up again. Well, you always want a roach angler, won't you?
Got a little fish.
Massive, £8-9 I think, but it's welcome if I get it. What are you feeding them on, Noli?
Luke Stock says, I've got my MVR 4-metre landing net handle coming Thursday. Wow,
That's
lucky
that
guy.
one.
This
That's
is
what I'm
this
using.
same one as Tom, look. You're just
Exactly
exactly
what
the
I'm
same
using.
one as Tom, look. Awesome.
Exactly what I'm using. right, aren't they?
Well, we know how to go.
Yeah. I reckon them two lads were feeding them before we got in.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I didn't want that one anyway. I didn't want that one. Not to worry. So,
Lee Ward says, Tommy, be kind and give me a lesson. Scott wrote, put Nolly go forth, the rose between two thorns.
Without a doubt.
Ooh.
Without a doubt. Well, I lost that one, so I need to put another hook on.
Question for Andy from Steve Rayner. How does the old 371 stack up against the MVR?
371 would have lovely before, but this one is far superior. It's an higher grade of carbon, it's stiffer, lighter, just far better, mate.
It's been received brilliant, hasn't it, that
Yeah.
MVR pole?
Yeah, it's got a new Suncore finish, which I know your 371 had Suncore on, but these are just something else. I had a 371 pole myself years ago, and far better.
Right.
Worth treating yourself.
Right, what I'm going to show you now is this. So if you come here, then you might see at the end of the pole a little pot. Now, the way Andy's fishing, down the side, the big pot, as we call it, like that, are brilliant because you can feed ground bait, you can feed bigger pots of bait. But when you're fishing where I am, they are the worst thing you can put on. And when I go on club matches, the first thing they do, they fill that and they pot it in.
Why is that, Tom? Why is it the worst thing?
It's the worst thing because you can feed too much and people think that, oh, there's a load of bait in there, but the fish come in and they eat it. And also sometimes it brings too many fish in and you can't catch them and you foul hook them. The way to do it is to use one of these. So 2 plus 2, it's the only line I fish, the only line I feed all the match. And all match, when I'm fishing my other methods, I'll be throwing pellets in. It could be 4s, it could be 6s, and I just throw them in, 1 to make a noise and 2 to make a little area to get the fish to come in. But the moment I start fishing it, I want a pot on, a little pot. The idea is so I get them competitive and I get a channel of bait going down like that. But most people will use a pot. Now that's not a big pot, that.
It's like,
Right? It's just a medium-sized pot. But if I fill that with 4s and I tip them out in my hand, there's 72 4s there. Now you'll never ever throw 72 4s in, ever. So why do you fill that up and put it in? And that's not even a big pot. So when I'm fishing, I do 2 things. Either use a little pot, and even there, if you fill that up, there's still 30 pellets. Well, you'd never feed 30 pellets. So what I'm trying to say to you is, most people feed too heavy, get too many fish in the peg and they can't catch them. So what I do, I still use the medium, but I don't put as many in. And I might put 10 to 15 in like that. Can you see in there?
Yeah.
Right? But people think I'm filling it.
But you're not.
But I'm not.
Sneaky.
I'm a bit sneaky. I've been with remember Dennis has taught me,
Dennis
right?
likes that.
But I always use that size pot so nobody knows what I'm putting in my pot. But you only want 12 pellets. If you're firing out on a catapult, you'd never put 72 pellets in, and that's what you're doing if you fill one of them up. Make the fish competitive, you're making it easy for them. So when I'm fishing that line, all match I'm throwing bait in with hand to make a noise to create the fish. But when I start fishing it, what I do, I just put 10 or 12 in like that. It could be 6s, you can mix them. So every venue is a bit different. If I'm fishing for F1s and carp, I'd use 4s, but when I'm fishing just for carp, I'd probably use 6s. But again, every venue is different. Don't overfeed them. The best way of, when I was a kid, of catching fish, little and often, it was best way then, and it'll be best way when I'm dead and gone. So, just do it that way. So all you do then, you get your rig like that, in your finger and thumb, and now you're going to use that bulk. You keep next to your rubbish there, and if you let it go, the weight will swing it past all them and then drop it in the water. Keep your pot upright, put your poles together, ship out nice and steady, and then when you get to your spot, your elbow at the end of the pole is the marker. Put it into your hip, line it up with something on the other side, feed, flop, straight in one swoop.
Yeah.
Then, where them pellets have gone, put your float touching the water for 10 seconds. It's called the 10-second rule. And then what happens is your line will go in a straight line and it'll be in them pellets that have gone through, or the bait that's following through. And when you've got to 10 seconds, it's in a straight line, your pellet should be near the bottom, lower it down and you're away. And your hook bait then is in that channel of bait that's gone through. And if you keep doing that, the fish will get used to that bait going down the whole time. Sometimes they'll come roaming in and your float will go straight under. When the fish are used to it, that's what will happen. But it's the most important line in fishing this, because it's the line between your far line and the edge. And if you can time it when the fish are coming in, before they come into the edge, you can have an extra hour's fishing at that line. And when they come on that line, sometimes it can be absolutely deadly.
Glyn Reynolds is asking you, Tommy, Andy, are you banding hard pellets?
I am, yes.
Are you, Andy?
He's on, but I'm banding a pellet.
Question, Scott wrote, question for Tommy and Andy, do you always fish 6-inch hook lengths?
No.
And would you fish that in margins?
Well, we might be different. In margin I use a 4-inch hook length. When I'm fishing shallow, a 4-inch hook length. But when I'm on the bottom, a 6.
What do you use, And?
When I'm fishing on bottom, I use 6-inch hook length. My margin fishing, I tend to fish straight through. I'm still a bit old school at fishing straight through with my line, and I always have done dark margins because I want to try and eliminate any weak spots, and I just fish it straight through. But that's me. We're all different.
Steve,
we all do it a bit different.
Steve Bond says, I'm struggling on a Reality Plus feeder or an MVR to go with my 4000 Reality reel. So guys, which one would you go for, Andy?
What was that again?
Right.
He's struggling with?
He says he's struggling to decide on a Reality Plus feeder or an MVR to go with his Reality 4000 reel. Which rod should he go for?
Personally, if you like the MVR, you know, the MVRs are more expensive than what the Reality Plus is. You know, if you've got the money for the MVRs are better on it's an higher grade of carbon. Tommy uses the MVR rods, he uses them quite a lot.
What's the retail price of those?
Is he fishing commercials or?
Stephen, are you fishing commercials or are you wanting them for river, or what are you wanting them for?
If he's fishing commercials and he's fishing short distance, he wants 10, and if he wants a 10 foot to either MVR or Reality Plus. But if he wants to go a bit further, then it's 11 foot.
It's really personal.
Yeah.
Personal choice. What if he can physically go in and pick both rods up, he will make his own mind up which one you want. They're both fantastic rods. Value for money. I don't think you can beat the MVRs really. Sorry, not MVRs. You'll not beat the Reality Plus. They're great value.
Tell us about the lovely t-shirts you're wearing, because Michael Bottomley says, do they go up to 4XL?
They go up to 3XL, unfortunately.
And how much do they retail for?
Right, these t-shirts, which me and Tommy have got on tonight, they come as part of the team clothing set. What we do.
Oh, what's the team clothes? Stand up, model it for us.
You get.
Let's have a model. Come on, Ad. Come on.
You get that sweatshirt. You get this t-shirt. You also get a polo shirt, which is in grey and green.
Lovely.
And a hat.
And how much does that retail for, that kit?
Oh, I think $69.99.
So that's awesome then. So you get all those in that package.
All those in the packet. All as a team clothing set.
Very, very nice. I'm loving it.
I'm getting pestered with rope, aren't I? I'm glad I didn't bring no maggots, Tom.
Matt Dutton says, Tommy, legend. Seaborn says yes, he wants it for commercials.
Commercials.
You want 10 or 11. If you go on small commercials, 10 foot. If you go on a mixture, get the 11. But you won't go far wrong with them two. You either want the 10 foot MVR or 10 or 11 foot MVR, or you want the Reality Plus 10 or 11.
My advice is just go pick one up. Just go pick one up. You'll know straight away either one you pick up which is right for you, because they'll both do a fantastic job. They're both good enough.
Yeah, they are. But if you're going on a commercial where you've got to cast a bit further, that's why you might want an 11. I mean, at the end of the day, you get a rod to suit you, to suit the style, and to help you with your fishing. I think I'm on wrong deck today. I think you've got the best thing to fish all of
Hey, what, Tom? They're not playing easy.
No.
And I think, you know, there's literally fish. There's literally fish all over down this edge. But you're certainly not playing easy to come by.
Wayne Dalton says, guys, do you dampen your feed pellets or do you use them dry?
Right, good question. Come in, I'll tell you.
Right.
There's two ways. When you buy any pellets, they vary. They vary in colour, and they vary. First thing I do, I look at the colour. So if I'm fishing shallow, what happens is I throw them in the side and I look at them. They're not bad, but there's an odd floater. So if there's an odd floater and I'm fishing shallow, I want them dry. So if I'm fishing shallow, I'll fire them in dry because there's an odd one floats and then it sinks. But also they make a nicer noise when it hits the water. But if I want to fish on the bottom, on this style that I'm doing now, I don't want any to float, I want them to go straight to the bottom. And there's two ways of doing that. One, you can either spray them with water, or you can just dampen them in water for 1 second and then run it out and they'll all sink. Or you can get some sunflower oil, or you can get oils from 1 or 2 companies that are non-water based. In other words, you can put the oil on them, they'll stop the exact same size, but when you throw them in, they all sink. So there's different ideas. If I'm fishing shallow, I want them straight out of the bag because I want an odd one to float. But if I want them to go on the bottom, I either wet them and then run the water straight out, or I put some sunflower oil on, or some of these oils that you can get that are non-water. In fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to get some out of the van and show you
Lovely.
what I mean.
And what side trays are you both using tonight? So while you're doing that, Tom, I'll ask Andy what side.
I'm going to show you after this.
What side trays have you got?
It's a good question.
I'm going to turn around a little bit like this because I feel as if I've got my back towards you all night. Right, the side trays which we've got, it's the MVR Slimline Signature Pro. That it's an extending tray, so they're made to fit all boxes. It has different attachment. This is to fit the 36mm legs.
Yeah.
It'll fit 30s
How much does
as well.
retail for?
The retail very, because this is a smaller one of the two. We do a standard one which Tommy's got on the back of his box. This is the mid-size one, and then we do a larger one. 99 quid. They vary from 80 to 100 to £100 on them.
Sarah Taylor, if you could put a link on this side tray that Andy Kinder's
brilliant
using tonight,
side
it's
trays.
awesome.
They're fully self-supporting. You don't need no extra legs on them. So you know some of these fisheries where we go where it's not they're not big platforms to sit on and things like that. A nice fully supporting side tray is the way forward. And they've got some other great features as well. Like
Show us, Andy.
the features here, you can iron. It might be up there. You can put a brolly arm or any extra attack. Let me put me. Yeah, on the outside of the box here, your bait brolly can go into it. You can turn it round, you can add other attachments, but the other good thing about it as well, if I can just do that. There's a screw there, look, and a little attachment. You can extend the arm, so if you don't want things too close to your roost, you can move it further away from you. That's on all the signature side trays. What we do. It's great little attachment. Like I said, they are fully self-supporting. Look.
It's quite a little tough thing, isn't it? That.
Yeah, it's proper. It'll hold any amount of bait, ground bait, whatever you want. It'll hold on that, and it's proper rock solid. And they're not heavy. They're quite easy to carry down the bank. Fantastic piece of kit. I love mine. I know Tommy uses the bigger one.
Let's have a look at Tommy.
But I'm only a little lad, so I've got the small one.
So Tommy's got the bigger version to this, yeah?
You've got the bigger version, so
I haven't got the bigger version.
I'm only a little lad, so I have to have one.
What I love about it, just freestanding. The solids, I mean, look how solid is that. Then you can put all you want on. You can put your brolly on there if you want.
Yeah, it is. It's rock solid.
And then if you know, if sometimes when it's raining, I'll either put my brolly up or I'll get my feeder tray out. But what I like about these is the spacious, and of course one of the things I really love is a back tray, which is just a normal tray that I've converted into my back tray. Which
And why do you love that, Tom? What's
because I can
specific?
put stuff on it. I can put everything on it. I don't understand how everybody doesn't have one. I really don't, honestly. If I want to be stacked out, I put that on it. It's out of mud and everything like that. Oh, my beauty. And I'm going to show you in a second when I get this a little tip.
I notice you've got your bait in them lovely new Maver bait tubs, Tom.
I know, they're lovely. Look, nice and soft and supple. Lovely. Can't fault them, to be honest with you. With your super duper pellets in them. Hey?
I want to see lots of love out emojis if you want me to focus on Tom catching this fish. I want to feel that love.
We need more love for
I
this
need to
next
feel the
tip.
love. Lots. Oh, come on. Feel the love for Tom.
We need some love so I can show you a fantastic tip.
And Tom will give you a hot tip if I get loads of love out emojis.
Hot tip.
Hot tip. Hot tip. Hot tip, Tommy. Come on.
I want to get me landed. I don't want to knock
No,
you
no.
out.
Tommy's going to knock me out with his... If I get loads of love out emojis, Tommy will knock me out with his landing net pole. There better be loads now, I bet there is. Oh, they've both got one on. This is good.
I'll tell you what, do you know tonight, and I'm just going to suggest it, and Tommy might back me up.
Look at that.
Look at this
The big boy.
monster. Look at
Size of
that.
That's like Matt Price, that one. Yeah, it is, honestly.
Oh,
look at that.
Look at that. Massive. Look at that baby. Come on, let's see those love out emojis.
Look at that.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Right. I'm going to show you a little top tip. And this, I know lots of fisheries you go to, we're lucky we get a nice pellet. But some fisheries you get cheap, horrible pellets. So when you look at them, you can tell with the colour. The paler they are, there's no fish meal, no oils in them.
That's right.
And the float. And you throw them in. So I always test them, not in the water before match. Test them to see if they float. Now there's an odd one floats, most of them sink. They're not bad, them actually. But if you ever get that, put them in a tub, put them in a tub like this, and you can get these like that. It's sinking oil. And what it does, it doesn't swell the pellet, which is really important because you can get some oils that swell the pellet.
Why is that important, Tom? Explain why it's important that
Because
it doesn't swell the
pellet. And it preserves the pellet. In other words, when I put this on, 4 months later, the pellets are still perfect. But this is what it does. You get a bit and you just put it in like that. That's all you've got to do. Not a lot, you don't need a lot. And you can go like that, and now you can see the colour changing. As I'm showing you, look. Yeah. You can see the colour changing.
It's gone darker.
They've gone darker because look at that. Because they've got the oil in. But when you put this oil on them, and you can get them in different flavours if you want. Look at the difference now straight away.
Yeah.
Because you put the oil in. and then when you get them and throw them in, every one sinks. There's no floaters, every single one sinks. So if I were fishing shallow, I'd use them, and if I were fishing on the bottom, I'd use them, because every one gets to the bottom. Because when you're fishing on the bottom, you want the fish to go down like that on the bottom. You don't want them to go there, there and everywhere. So that, trust me, the sinking oil is fantastic. Now one or two companies do it, but there's some that are actually not water based. You want the ones that don't swell the pellet. That's it, oil based, so they preserve the pellet.
Can I just have a quick zoom on to Andy, because he's just caught a monster and it's nearly as big as him. Show us.
You certainly can.
Show us that baby. Come on, Andy.
For a load of sticks. I'm going to say something, and Tommy will probably back me up when I tell you about it. We're sat here tonight, right on edge of some thunderstorms.
And is this affecting the pressure? Because somebody's actually asked that question.
Right, well, I'm glad they've asked it, because a thunderstorm has just literally gone past us, Tommy, and we ain't got wet, but
Look at that babe.
I can't believe it didn't rain on me and not you.
Wow, look at that. Awesome, beautiful, look at that.
there's a thunderstorm gone past us, roughly as we were starting fishing, and while it was in and round us and thundering, for love nor money, I was missing 1,000,000 bites and couldn't hook a carp. The thunderstorm's gone past us, the air pressure's changed again.
Explain why you were missing them, Andy. Explain why.
I just think it's the high pressure what they don't like. They don't like sudden changes in pressure on fish, do they? They don't like the sudden atmospheric pressure.
No, load of rubbish.
I think so.
Rubbish!
Tommy says that's rubbish, Andy.
I don't like thunderstorms, they're a big pressure.
Come here, Tom. Tell me about these bait tubs. Will you put lid on for us?
Never mind that. Let's talk about what he's talking about.
Come on, Tom. Why do you think what Andy Kinder Surprises said is rubbish? Come on, tell us your opinion.
Either fish is good or bad. Either float goes under or it don't. I don't give a monkeys about pressure.
I do.
But a lot of people do, and I know Andy does. But I don't get it. I go to places sometimes, they get on about this, millibar this and millibar that, and I don't. The fish is, I look at the weather, is it cold, is it warm? I fish on surface, on bottom, and that's how I look at it. I can't deal with it at all, I really can't. But the people that do it swear by it.
I'm not a big, massive believer in all this really high pressure and that, but I do think thunderstorms affect them.
So can we just have a look at these bait tubs? Because if we had a thunderstorm now and it started to pelt it down with rain, you would put the lid on that lovely bait tub.
I will put the lid on it, like this.
Let's have a look, show us
But
then.
I'd also put my bait brolly up, like that.
That's awesome. And how much do these retail for? And
Like that. You get some with holes in for maggots and things like that, and you get some that are with no holes in.
'cause I think these are quite cute.
They are cute.
You could put accessories in these
Yeah,
as
you
well.
could as well, yeah. You could in that one, you know. I mean, like I say, you get some lids with holes and some without.
It's got maggot boxes and pellet boxes.
That's it. But what I like about them is the fact they're really soft. They've got like a really thick that goes on the edge like that. I mean, it's really thick and it goes on and it never comes off. You'll never get it. It's really nice and soft. You can sup around, and they're smart, aren't they?
They're cool, I think they're nice.
All right. As a Yorkshireman says, they're all right. They're all right.
Jordan Grant wants to know, will the side trays work with the MVR chair? Can these work with the MVR chair?
No.
No.
So which one would work with an MVR chair then?
The reality side tray.
The reality. So if Sarah, Jordan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the lovely Sarah Taylor to send you a link to the reality side chair, which side tray, sorry, which would fit with the MVR chair for you, if that's okay. So Sarah Taylor, if you could be on that and send that to Jordan so we can have a look at that.
I'm not talking to Sarah Taylor anyway.
And Tommy, just to let you know, Tommy's not talking to you because he knows he's having to go on island.
But I mean, other thing is as well. How does she know Boris? I mean,
She's
wow.
got,
I
she's
never
got,
thought about that.
she's
yeah,
got,
That inside
She's got connections in high places.
That's unbelievable, that. The fact she's got a phone call direct to Boris.
So, do we want to see Tommy and Andy actually fishing off the island, on Danny's Island Lake, off the island? So if you send loads of love heart emojis,
You're not going.
yeah, because they don't want to do it, but if obviously the public decide, maybe we could get a poll running on Mava UK's page, should Tommy and Andy fish off the island? So if we send loads of love heart emojis,
You know,
then
I used to like you. You know. Not a lot.
we'll
but
get there
I
a
used to
lot.
like you.
And we go, oh, there just happens to be loads of love heart emojis. And then if you'd also like me to blast Tommy round on the speedboat and Andy, if I get loads of love heart emojis, I can make that happen. Pete Frost saying yes, Sam Williams saying yeah, loads.
yeah.
Oh, there are loads. Andrew Sim.
I'll put some skis on and all while you're at it if you want.
We
I wish I'd
can
never
do
said
that.
now.
The worst thing about it, Robin drives it.
And we can keep social, because what we can do is we can put a dinghy behind us and we can speedboat them. If you want to see that, we want
Can we
loads
talk
of love
about
hearts
something
emoji
else?
on the island. Oh, I think there's going to be a poll on Mava UK page.
Can we talk about football now?
Oh, we've had loads of questions about football with Leeds United.
Yeah, well, quite right.
Andy's got a little tiddler. I don't know if any of you know, but he's caught a little tiddler. Look at that.
Ah,
Oh, it's cute.
How come you getting roped down?
this is what I was saying.
Oh, you're getting loads of green emojis and love hearts and oh, absolute loads. Everybody wants you guys on the island. On Danny's Island Lake, everybody wants you on it.
Everybody but me and you.
Don't
mate.
you two want to go on? What's wrong with you both?
Want me on.
Yeah, everybody but me and you.
Yeah, Sarah Taylor saying send Tommy over on the yeah. So even our lovely managing director Sarah Phoenix has sent loads of love heart emojis in green. That me. Oh well, let the Tommy. The public have got to decide, Tommy.
Take us across there and leave.
You might have to, you know.
Well, that's no bad thing actually. At least we got that bloke on.
Steve Raider says Tommy maybe with me. Can't stand laughing that much. Tommy, MVR water skis. Well, there's a point.
We'll get Reglass to make him.
Maybe we should see Tommy in speedos.
Look,
If you want to see Tommy in bright green speedos, send those emojis and I will make it happen. I promise you.
I can promise you won't.
We will. We'll get him. We'll put a bit of brandy in his tea.
That is not a pretty sight.
It's getting worse this as night goes on.
I can't tell you how many love hearts. If I see loads of love heart emojis, Tommy will get him in green speedos.
There isn't enough love hearts in the world to get me in speedos.
I know he's got some. Oh, that's lovely, Tom.
Just a minute. No, it's
Pretty colour.
yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Really, yeah.
It's like
Oh, there's lots of. Oh, Tommy, I've got to tell you then. For you being in the speedos, there's tons and tons and tons.
let me just tell you something now. Right? There's more chance of me supporting Man United than getting me in speedos. All right.
Tommy, I'd get Mava put on front for you. I don't understand. I think you'd look cute in them, but they
Oh,
oh.
you're making me laugh now. I don't know about you, I've got to put my top on.
So basically, that's a no.
So Tommy says no. If Leeds get promoted, would Tommy wear green speedos from Colin Finney, who's got a fantastic little tackle? He's got an awesome tackle shop. Yeah, it's brilliant. And I have to say, he's supplied me with pet food throughout this COVID-19,
right.
and he's been amazing. So he's such a great person, lovely, and he's brilliant. And the shop's amazing, and it stocks all lovely Mava products in there as well. So hi, Colin.
Hi, Paul.
Sam Williams says, Tommy in a mankini. Well, Sam, it could happen.
No, it won't happen. You've no need to worry. It won't happen.
Put a bit of brandy in his tea.
You need more than brandy.
I don't know what we've got here, but it's definitely something.
Oh, Andy Kinder's got something on now.
I don't know what it is, something foul up there. Be a roach. Oh, it's a bream.
Let's have a look.
It's
Oh,
a bream.
Is it a brem there?
oh. Now come in, hand.
Yeah, we catch everything down that edge, can't we? Yeah.
And at all times I'm actually keeping, it looks like I'm near them, but I'm not. So I've got like the camera on a tripod.
We won't let her near us.
I think they're actually liking that I can't go
Wishing
near
with 10
them.
metres.
We
wishing-
wish a 10-metre rule in place.
You will do when you've got them green speedos on, Tom, I'll tell
Hey,
you.
you can't put them green speeds on, you want to get closer than 2. Hey, up we're here.
I'll tell you what, they could be queuing down Doncaster for that.
You heard it first here on Midweek Match Catch. Tommy will be wearing Maver green speedos.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck with that one. Oh.
That's a good idea, Martin. Do it for charity, Tommy. Yeah, he should, shouldn't he?
Yeah, good, yeah. Trust me, that's not going to happen.
So if there's loads of love heart emojis, yeah, if Keith said, all I can keep saying is send them love heart emojis, because let the public decide.
No, let Tommy decide. No, sorry, Tommy's decided.
Let Tommy do. You see, we're working on him.
Tommy's decided, don't need to worry.
He's gone.
They're coming, there's loads coming. And Tommy's got another fish on.
Look at these. Now, talking about fishing. Oh, look at him. Oh, come on, maybe, where are you? Oh, I should have had him then. A proper angler would have had him then.
Andrew Simpson's get Tommy in the trunks. I think this needs to be a poll. I think we need to superimpose a pair of trunks on Tommy. Green speedos, but say Maver on them. Yeah. A lot of people are wanting this, Tom.
Are they? Yeah, well, one ain't. And that's all that matters. Now then, these two methods, let's talk about fishing. These two methods that me and Andy are the two of the most dangerous methods in the world. You can go on some venues and you won't get a bite anywhere apart from these two lines, and when they come it's usually in the 3rd, 4th and 5th hour. And what I always say is, like I said to you earlier, this method is my 3rd and 4th hour method, but I feed it from start to finish, whereas Andy's is the last hour method.
So if you were in a match, you'd be doing this the 3rd and 4th hour of the match.
I feed it just for the 3rd and 4th hour, but when you pick it up, if it don't go under the first cast with a bite, come straight back off it, because they're not there. But when the fish are there, you'll get a bite first cast, and then usually you can continue to fish it and wait for them to come into the side. It's a great way. When I take people coaching, I teach them this because it's so important.
There's some massive weight caught on these two lines, Tom, isn't there?
Most weights at this time of the year, big weights, especially on evenings, will be caught on these two lines.
We just get a... It's fizzing in front of you, isn't it, as well?
Oh, it's going round and round. It's a good fish. It's £10, this one.
So if you were on a mega match this qualifier, Tom,
Yeah.
would you fish this method then?
This method, because usually every peg is in, you normally don't catch them in the side. There's an odd peg with a bit of space you mind, so this is almost your main line. But like I say, no matter what match I go on, I always feed this line, start to finish. No matter if I don't get a bite on it, I always feed 2 + 2. Come on, my little beauty.
You've got a lovely MVR landing net head on there as well. Oh, awesome. It's got it.
Whoa, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, it's not £10, but it's certainly a good 8. Ah, well. Look at that, that wanted that one. I've got to discard, sorry. It's alright, I've got to discard you on that one. I'm going to hold this one up because I think it's a bonny one.
Well, you got the prettiest last week, Tom,
Yeah.
and the biggest.
There you go.
That's because he's good.
There you go. Look at that.
He's a world champion.
There's something about
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
mirrors, isn't there? Oh, alright, calm down, calm down. Alright, put your back now. There you go. Lovely.
Paul Wright says can't beat Paul Wright says can't beat short pole fishing. Good luck on the island, Tommy.
And the thing is, when you go on a cheers, mate. By the way, when you go on places like, because this is quite a deep lake, so this is an important line. You go to some places and it's too deep inside, and so this line becomes your main line. But it is a great way, and it's one of the lines that I teach when I take people coaching. Teach them this, because when you can teach people to catch them there, you know that they'll go away knowing that's in the back of the mind. But this is exactly the same, even if fish long. Feed it exactly the same with the pot, with the rigs and everything like that. It's just that 2 + 2 is usually on a lots of venues where the bottom of the slope is. Like on here, it's still going away a little bit. So I like to fish on the slope. I like to fish it on the slope because there's no silt. And when there's no silt, when the float goes under, it's usually on. So all you do, your routine is just put some bait in pot. You can mix it if you want, different sizes like that. Release that so that the weight of your bulk takes it past all your keep nets and all your rubbish. Keep your pole, ship it out, take your time, nice and steady. Elbow end at pole, line it up, feed. One swoop and then your 10-second rule. And you're always fishing in your bait. And when I go coaching, I teach people this, and it don't matter whether you're fishing there, 16 metres, in the side, it don't matter where you fish, that's how you fish and feed. So that you're always trying to put your hook bait in that feed that's going through the swim the whole time. Little and often, keep it going, and the fish get used to it, and eventually what happens is when you feed, when you lower it in and lower it to the fish, it'll go straight under and you'll get one instantly.
What size elastic are you using again, Tommy?
I'm using that new Tricore. It's 12. Is it?
12 to 14.
It's 12 to 14. Look at that.
You've got another one
Straight
on again.
Because the fish have come
Straight in.
to that bait. It's the Tricore one, the new one. It's fantastic. Oh, we've got a little big boy on.
Is he big, Tom? How are you doing, and?
Oh, we're here, but it's been rather.
You getting all? You getting? Have you got another little one on?
They're rather frustrating.
Oh.
I didn't want that one, Nola.
Let's have a look at your little baby hand.
Little road.
Let's have a look.
Look at that. There's a million there.
He's really sweet. Yay! David Holland says, what a great way to spend an evening watching Tommy and Andy, thanks. It certainly is. I'm very honoured and blessed to be able to film them both and learn so much from them. It's fantastic. And it's never a dull moment. Andy Bickley, is Tommy fishing shallow?
This is what, sorry, we're going to do that probably next week or week after, when the weather's right for it. We'll be showing you how to fish shallow.
And what do you think you're going to be doing next week, guys? What are you fancying?
It depends on the weather.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be nice like this, we're going to fish shallow, right? And I'm going to show you next week a new way to dob for carp.
Oh.
Now I'm going to show you something different. Providing I've got to, it might have been all right, but next time we can do it, I'm going to show you a way of dobbing, which will open your eyes. I'll be honest with you. But
Jordan Grant says, are you both going to the Big One fishing show next year?
are we? Well, it's this year. Sorry, the one at Stoneleigh or the one at Farnborough?
He hasn't said. He hasn't said.
Because Farnborough is in October if it's on. But we will be there.
Paul Foster says, what a legend. Gavin Wright says, what hooks would you use for caster shallow for carp, please, Tommy?
With casters?
Yeah.
You want them finesse ones?
Why would you use the
Andy's
finesse?
got 'em.
Show us, Andy. Why would he use the finesse ones?
I think Tommy's got them on his tray.
Have I got them?
I think so.
You just wanted to see me walk up and down bank, didn't you?
No, I think, oh, does that, man? Yeah, there we go.
Why would you use these though, Tommy? Why?
Because they're right. There's two in the range. There's the power carp, which you just want for carp, which is strong, like that. And then if I'm fishing for F1s, if I'm fishing for thing, then you want that one, the F1 finesse.
Brilliant there.
And them just two, they're just a finer wire. So if I'm fishing for silver, the thing is when you go on a commercial and you're fishing with casters and things like that, you're fishing for F1s, roach, and maybe an odd carp. So you want something in between, but it's about the elastic. So if I'm fishing the power carp, I would want to put the new tricore elastic on because it's made for carp, but I wouldn't use it for F1s. So if I'm going to fish for F1s, I would use the normal dual core 8 to 11. So if I'm caster fishing, I want that on 8 to 11 dual core. That's the best one because that is balanced with the hook. So you don't need an 8 to 11 with the thick hook, the carp hook. So if I'm going to fish the carp hook, then what I'm going to do is put what I've got on now, which is the new tricore, and so it's getting the balance right. But I'm so fussy at getting the balance with the hook to the elastic. I base everything around them two things.
Wayne Lee says, do Maver do a good platform for fishing in the water?
Good question, ask Andy.
Andy, do Maver do?
No, we don't.
We're working on one.
We were.
Oh, that's exciting.
We were looking at one, but unfortunately the price were definitely not right.
No.
The price when we actually looked at it and thought it.
Wayne Lee is thinking of Ireland, isn't he?
Yeah. It just weren't the right.
Can I just zoom in on this pole roller? Because this is that new MVR one, isn't it? And it's awesome. Can you tell us a bit about this, And?
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you know about Tommy's then? Well, I think most of you will have seen our pole rollers, the old green ones, what we did.
These are lovely.
Which were. I'm going to come up there and do it.
Wayne Lee says yes, he is thinking of Ireland. Come on, tell us about. Is this the one that you hang off, Andy?
No.
Which is the one that you hang off?
Tommy's.
Can we see you hanging off it? If you send loads of love out emojis, I'll get Andy to hang off of Tommy's pole roller.
Right, this is the.
Speedos.
And Tommy will be behind him in Speedos.
These are the new MVR rolls, which took over from our original.
Oh, lots of love out emojis coming for you to hang on it.
One or two added features on that. We've put different tops on them just to protect your pole. They've also got spirit levels on them here.
Oh wow, let's zoom in on that. That is a really good
so,
thing.
You know, get your levels up and everything. You can see that there. You've got a hook at the bottom just so you can anchor them in place and they don't move. The treble extending legs as well.
Show us them legs.
So they do actually go very, very. If you're on an high bank, you don't need them everywhere, like.
Can't you hang off this one, Anne?
Not
like
now, not that one now.
Which one can you swing off?
That one,
come on then, let's see you swing off
now.
it.
You know about me.
Oh, have you hurt your back? Come on, Anne. There's loads of love out emojis, Anne. Come on, just have one little swing. Tell us about Tommy's thing and then have a little swing on it. Because everybody wants to see you, don't you? There's just
I'm
tons
not doing it back here, I have to do it up here.
Oh, he's going to do it, he's going to do it. Come on. There's loads of love out emojis.
Show you with Tommy's roll. They're the signature pro rolls here. Top at range one. What we've got there. These
and how much are these, Anne?
150 quid.
Gorgeous, so nice bit of kit this, isn't it?
Top at range kit.
Andy, I can't tell you how many love art emojis are coming through.
You must have all seen my picture where we've done it.
Come on, let's see you swing on it.
I can't swing on it, don't get me
wrong. I know you've got a bad back, but you can do just one little swing.
No, what I'm saying is I can't swing on it. You're strong, but...
We can see you do one. There's loads of love art emojis. Come on, keep sending them. I want loads and I'll get him to do it. He will do it because I'll get him to do it and I'll get Tommy in Speedos.
Not level.
Sneaky question, is there going to be a new range after MVR? Well, you never know.
It might just be.
Ooh. Right, come on then. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's extended it.
There we go. That's as high as they go.
Go on. Swing.
There you go.
Swinging. Yeah, he's done it for you.
Thanks, Nola.
Well done, Noel.
So there we are. They go higher than me.
Higher than you. God, they're higher than you. Just one more swing for good luck. One more. Look, he's done it. He's done it. Yay!
It's sinking into it more.
9.5.
Oh, it's sinking into it more.
Can you give him a mark out of 10, everybody? I want to see the mark out of 10.
9.5.
Tommy says 9.5. Oh, there's loads of love out. There's loads of love for you doing that. I wonder if Sarah... Oh, she already has. She's awesome. She's put a link to that already. The lovely Sarah Taylor.
I don't like her.
Tommy don't like you.
Oh, Wayne Lee's put an 8. You get an 8, Andy.
There you go.
Oh, look, he's doing it, look.
Sinking into it more, isn't it?
You're getting an 8 off Mark Jarvis.
It's sinking into it more, but just shows you that, you know, they're strong.
They're strong, they are. They're lovely.
Good
And what do
business.
these retail again
For
for?
150 quid.
9.8 off Lee Ward.
Thanks, Lee.
Simon Morris 9.8. Sarah Phoenix 10. Straight 10. Wait, can you about? That's it. Oh,
There we go.
awesome.
Tommy's got a fish, look.
Oh, let's have a look. Tommy's got a fish. Next week he'll be doing a triple cell cow.
Heard it then.
There's a million fish down my head.
Look, they've been splashy while you've been...
Somebody caught a
Been-
screenshot.
Why you've been
Brilliant.
Tarzan?
Always prodding about on bank.
Why you've been
can't-
Tarzan?
You can't settle them down.
Jordan Grant's giving you a 10 out of 10.
Oh, what didn't deserve a 10?
John Prestwick's your 10. Andy, you're just raking in those
Oh,
high.
that were a bad angling Pickering.
Luke's got 15.
It wanted 10. 9.5.
Tommy says 9.5.
That were a none what I just did.
Andrew Sim 10. Richard Patterson 9. Ethan Dennis 11. Hey, you doing alright, and?
I know.
You're going to have to do that again now, aren't you?
Scott Gollins 9.7.
Oh, that were bad angling, Noel, that. Had it hit net and let it go.
Andy Bickley says, what time do these live videos start and are they on every week, guys?
Yeah, it's 6:30. Until football starts, then I ain't got to do them.
We'll just go round to his house and just get... we'll just... He will do.
I'm flitting.
We'll just get him back at man. We'll just make him do it. We'll just go kidnap him.
I've had this in net once. Proper bad angling that was. If I'd have been watching me send, then I'd have given me send a rake telling off.
Just to prove we're all human, I've got a rake right under.
Colin Biddy says, does pole roller come with baby bouncer? Oh, Colin.
We what?
Be a baby bouncer.
That's it. Hey, that's his account stop tomorrow.
We love you, Col. Bless you.
Hard to instantly put an account on stop.
Oh, look at that. He's done it. Awesome.
Had it in net 2 minutes ago. Calm down. Calm down. Some nice comments tonight.
Dave Wassell says that's the 10 for getting that fish in, Tommy.
Thanks, pal.
Tommy, Luke Scott says, Tommy, how far do you set your pole roller up from your box?
Right, one of the biggest questions I get asked, and it's about when you set pole rollers up. It's the easiest answer to answer, but it's the most times I get, and it's simple. When I set my pole roller up, or pole rollers, I look behind me like this. Where's my pole roller gone? Oh, right.
He's
And I
like,
set them up like this.
go on.
Whatever is in, there. Not the top tool, but that. The first thing is that look behind you and imagine it's a clock face. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. If you're right-handed, you set it at 11 o'clock. If you're left-handed, you set it at 1 o'clock. Then the positioning them is this. If you're fishing a long pole, whatever's in there, it's a third of the way and 2/3. So you have two. A third, 2/3. If you've only got one, it's just past halfway. And the idea is when you're shipping out, most people put the back roller too far. So what happens is they put it so it's there. So when they ship back forward like that, it goes off, it drops up and the bait goes in the air in the pot. So it's a third, 2/3. It's as simple as that. So all you do when it's in the net, get your rollers and put one there and one there, and you're adjusting it simply so you can go like that and you don't know it's come off the roller. So if you're right-handed, 11 o'clock. If you're left-handed, 1 o'clock. Two rollers, a third, 2/3 along the pole. But if you've only got one, if there's like 8 meters, it's just past 4, 4.5. So that when you ship, it comes off nice and smooth. And it's as simple as that.
There you go, awesome. Oh, I think Andy Kinder's got one on now. Let's have a look.
I've sussed it now.
Have you sussed it now, Andy Kinder surprised? I just want to show you this big monster in margin here. Look at that.
Fish tight.
Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It's absolutely awesome. Look at that. Oh, look at that beauty.
All time it will get it in.
I wish I had a pole roller.
Never mind, Tom. I've had one and moved mine and all, mate, so don't worry about it.
That Nolly. I've got Sarah Taylor here. I bet she's moved it.
I think it's all Sarah Taylor's fault. Let's blame
Sarah
her.
Taylor.
Yeah. I don't like her anymore.
Luke Stock says, spot on Tommy, thanks.
Pleasure, my friend.
Look at that.
I think it's a wonky donkey, this. A wonky donkey.
What's a wonky donkey?
It means it's not hooked in the right place. It was whoa wonky donkey.
Funny place for a mount.
I hope everybody's learnt a bit of stuff tonight.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Well, there's been some information given.
Yeah, haven't they? It's definitely illegally hooked, this.
Don't want to come in this one. It's something gob.
They're like steroids, they're on steroids, aren't they?
I can't believe it, mate. They're not normal like this.
No, they're not.
When that David Burley catches them, they come straight in.
I reckon it's that thunderstorm we had meat on, that's what I'm putting
He's
it
like
down
the
to.
fish whisperer, isn't he?
I
David
reckon it's that
Burley.
thunderstorm. Well, at least we didn't get wet.
Yeah, I thought we were going to. We usually do, don't we?
Probably about 95 pounders.
Jeff Rawlinson says, what size hook have you got on?
I have got a size 12 on tonight. Size 12, power carp 1.
Tom Coulson says, stop messing about and get it in
I'm only a
net.
little lad.
Oh, look at him.
Look at that beauty. Go on, and
Oh,
it's
bad
it.
angle.
John Wincup's watching.
Oh,
Yay! Winnie's watching. We love Winnie. The mega match this champion. We're wondering if we're going to see him on some of our qualifiers at Maybe Dynamite Hayfield Lakes.
100%. Unless he qualifies early.
Sarah Taylor says it's too late to formally apologise to Tommy.
I don't like her anymore.
Get that pole set up, Sarah. Do we need to see Tommy in Speedos? What's in Maver on the front? Oh, look at this. It's beauty, Andy. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous fish.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
One of the night. Oh, double figures that.
Trying to beat me up.
It's bigger than that one, isn't it, Andy? You've got.
Ooh, don't they all say that? Sorry about that, I couldn't resist. Don't they all? That's it, I've got camera woman laughing now. Some people say it's big. Hey!
Yay!
There we go. Look at him. Beauty.
Awesome, thank you.
Margin
That is
creature.
lovely. I'm just going to have a little walk down here. Well, let's see. I totally ruined Andy's margin.
Don't know.
And back again. Oh, Tommy's got one on now. Let's zoom into Tommy.
Today.
Tommy's got one.
Where I've gone from today.
Simon Morris says, how does he go about getting some coaching from either one of the lads? Oh,
Just go on messengers.
just message him.
I don't know whether Andy does it, but
Yeah, I'll do it.
Andy Kinder does it and Tommy, they both do coaching.
I didn't like that one anyway. Well, all these fish are on a ready-made rig.
It's awesome.
Ready-made rig, straight out at bag.
Tell us what you've got in that little green box there, Tom.
Oh,
There.
I can't tell you everything. It is.
Let's
my
have a,
hooks.
can we have a little nosy?
That's me. That's with 30 centimetres, like that. So I've got all my hooks tied, some with bands like that. So I have 14s to 18, 16, 16, 16, 16, 18 to 16, 18 to 14 line,
Awesome.
18, 14, and so they're the 30 centimetres which I use for the waggler and for the bomb.
Yeah.
And then in that one, I have the 4-inch hook lengths there in half of it, and 6-inch in the others. So like I've got 18s to different sizes and 14s. I've got to fill that up again.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So
How much do they retail for a hand? These boxes? Rig boxes.
We don't actually do them anymore then, though. They somewhat came from Italy.
Oh, they're nice though. We've actually got some of those at Maver Boutique. It's a nice product.
Yeah. But no, I'm a big believer in preparation. Is getting everything ready. One of my pet hates is actually tying hooks. But you know, I'm obsessed with doing it.
Can we have a look at your little your squeezy pot? Is
Yeah.
this what you're using tonight,
Yeah,
Tom?
just put one of them on. I can't stress enough about people and how the feed too heavy, and they like to put a big pot full in and sit there, and the fish will come in and they vet it. You've got to make the fish competitive.
So who's winning tonight then, boys? Because I've lost count.
Who knows?
Don't matter.
Who
Don't
knows?
matter.
Who cares?
It's all about enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. You two are the most competitive anglers out there. And if you believe that, hey.
It's all about enjoying yourself on an evening like this, isn't it?
Turning up, enjoying yourself.
Paul Taylor
Is it-
says, can I book a coaching day for Sarah Taylor with Tommy? Yeah, if you message him on Messenger, both Andy Kinder and Tommy do coaching days.
There's a famous saying Dennis White used to come out with.
I think
Oh.
Sarah Taylor needs some coaching, if you don't mind me saying.
Sarah, if I were you, when Tommy's done with you, want to take some boxing lessons up, love? apply for some boxing lessons. Well, I'm nearly out of ground bait, Tom. I don't know about you.
Well, yeah, same here.
So come on guys, let's get these last fish in then. Let's have one each off you both before we say goodnight. So if I get loads of love heart emojis, I'll keep filming them.
Trying to get some fish down there so you can see them. Mind you, we're stood there, might not.
Are they still swirling?
Yeah. Well, they keep trying.
Oh, look at that.
I must say this new elastic is some of the best elastic I've used for margin fishing. Really,
Oh, I'm
really
getting
good.
loads of love heart emojis here. Nobody wants you to stop.
I'm hungry.
Ah, tea's going like.
I bought Tommy some ginger biscuits because I'm going a bit deaf and I thought he said he liked ginger biscuits. So I bought Tommy 2 packets of Bitty's ginger biscuits, and then guess what he said to me? Go on Tom, tell him.
You don't
That
like-
should
you
impress
don't like
me.
them.
I really did.
He said last week, what do you like? And I went, what biscuits? I said, any biscuit, bar,
Ginger biscuits.
ginger biscuits. So she got me 2 packets of ginger and 2 packets of salt and vinegar crisps, and I don't like it. It's only things I don't like.
Well, I like ginger biscuits. Oh, Tommy's got one and all. Look at that.
So, look at this, it's awesome. Oh, look at that beauty. That is massive.
Now, mate.
Ah, there's some there. I'll tell you what, and I will say, and I'll tell everybody why it is. I started feeding it tonight, and this and that and the other and whatever. But it's an easy mistake that can be done, right? I've fed it off the edge of the platform, somewhere near the edge of the platform down there, where I wanted to fish it so you guys who were watching could actually see and whatever. The problem is, it's too deep. It's too deep, and the fish want to be close to the bank. As you can see down here, look, they virtually want to get up the bank.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh,
There you go. And that, you know, that can be a problem on any venue.
I'm just going to bomb over to Tom Hand while you're getting that one in. Right, I want one more each off you.
You've got one, you just told me.
No, one more
You've
each because I've got loads of love out emojis, and we can have one more
Look at that.
each off them.
Nice bit of orange in that one, look.
Let's have a
The
look.
battery will go flat soon. You're right, you're right.
Come on, let's send that love to them, and then I'll make them do one more each before we have to say goodnight. Oh, there's loads coming now. I want to see loads of love heart emojis. And remember, at all times we are keeping the 2 metre distancing.
This gap is, it's trying to...
Our boss Sarah Phoenix says you're too busy, you boys, to do coaching. She's cracking that whip. So loads of love heart emojis, and I'll make them have another fish each before we say night God bless. Look at that. Oh, they're coming through. Can I see loads of green love hearts as well? Look at that.
Look at
Christ
that.
almighty. That is
Proper.
massive.
It is a big in that.
How many pound, Hand?
That's got to be 12 pound probably.
£12. Awesome.
Well, hook weren't coming out. No. He wanted that, didn't he?
He's hungry. Sarah Taylor says she's going to buy you a case of ginger biscuits, Tommy Pickering.
Yeah, well,
Oh, she's asking for it.
Evil.
she's definitely in trouble.
She's going to get it.
I used to like Sarah Taylor, but
I used to like it.
she's getting
You're
evil,
getting
isn't she,
loads
Tommy?
of green love hearts.
I used to
I don't know if we
really
can hold
like
him up too much now there.
Cameron Lowther says, give me a shout out. We certainly will. Thanks for watching us. Look at that. Andy's going to look at that because that is massive. I'm just going to go like that.
I'm not going to hold him up.
Look at that. It's
Oh,
massive.
that's a
It's
big one.
Bigger
big.
than him, innit?
Lovely Alan Sargent's watching us. And all those green love heart emojis and lots of red love heart emojis are coming through now. So you've got to get one more each and then you can say goodbye. One more each and then that's it for the evening. Come on, keep sending that love.
Can we eat then?
And then you can eat.
Not ginger biscuits.
Our lovely Paolo's watching.
Hey, Paolo.
Hello.
Paolo.
Hello.
Andy Bickley says, can Tommy go through the rig setup before you go? Yeah, we can see if we can do that again.
And fishing want us to do right up bank on it, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
If you could go through your rig setup, Tom.
There's what, sorry?
Just go through your rig setup for us again.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
What are you having for tea, Tom?
Well, it's dog's at it now.
Dog's at it.
There we go. 6-inch ruler. Hook length is 6 inches long. Size 16 or a 14.
Awesome.
Loop to loop. Shot on me above the loop. 6-inch ruler to your next dropper. So you've got 2 droppers, 6-6, and then your bulk is 6 inches above that.
Excellent.
So 666. If you remember that figure, you won't go far wrong.
Awesome.
So all your terminal tattle is in that 18 inches. And the idea is your bulk gets it down and it drops through the water and hopefully the fish will pick it up. And the ready-made rigs, that's just half a gram float with a foot of line so you can lift and not strike. And I've got that Tri-Power 1214 elastic.
Awesome.
It ain't Tri-Core, isn't it? Not that's a Tri-Power then.
Come on then, I want another fish off you both now. One more fish and then that's it. One more. The lovely Luke Taylor says hello, everybody. Andy Kinder Surprise is in. Come on, send those love heart emojis. Oh, look at that.
Oh dear.
Figures are bulging, mate.
It's going to come off in Doncaster, this.
Gone under the bridge.
Nearly in Botry.
Oh, look at this one. He's well wild. Oh, all those love heart emojis are coming. There's somebody called Dick who says we enjoy the fishing from the boys in the north of Holland. I can't see it because it's over there in the north of Holland. Yeah. Tom Coulson says the number of the beast 666. Paolo's watching. Hiya, Paolo. Just to give you a quick flick, Paolo, this is Maver Dynamite Hayfield Lakes. This is Andy Kinder and the lovely Tommy Pickering. And look at this big one that Andy's got.
Is that another big boy?
No, it's not a big one,
Oh,
Tom.
it's not a big one.
Not a big one, it's a nice scaly one though.
Let's have a look.
If you were a carp lad, they'd call these scaly bangers.
Oh, what?
A scaly banger.
A scaly banger?
Look at him.
Oh yeah, look, that's gorgeous. Look, Taylor, look at that.
Scaly banger?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got
that's
like
pretty cool,
loads.
Tom.
And Tommy's got one
Oh,
on.
we've got one each.
Right, so everybody,
Ah, go with the
I'm just
collar.
going to get in. Let's have a...
Oh, but mine. Look at that little beauty.
Oh, that's
I
gorgeous.
finish off with ice skid bomb.
Yay! So guys, are you going to say goodbye now?
Come up. Yeah. We shall be there.
You've earned your tea tonight, guys. You've earned your tea
Don't
tonight.
get it. You're just a slave driver down there.
Oh yeah. Slave driver.
That's what she is.
You've done awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Send them
Well
some
done.
love because they've done awesome. Haven't they done well, me boys, me
Well-
boys? So I want loads of love out emojis for these boys because if you want them back next week with some fish action, live from Maver Dynamite Hayfield Lakes, send them loads of love out emojis.
Well, 2 fantastic ways of catching fish, 2 plus 2 and in the edge. If you can learn to do them right and get them right, they're the best ways of getting big weights in competitions in matches.
Big weights quick, aren't
Big weights quick
Oh.
at the right time. You never start on these 2 methods, but you finish up on them. And if you get it right,
Oh, they're all asking
You get
for
it
one
right.
more. Oh, they're
No,
all asking
dinner
for...
time.
Oh, is it dinner?
Love you all.
Oh,
Love you all.
oh,
Happy birthday.
oh.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Hopefully when me and Tommy may catch you a few more fish doing some other things. Till then,
Thanks, guys.
tight line.
Bye.
All the best.